What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen. Dana White and his bald little head right here on the screen recently announced UFC 306 will take place Mexican Independence Weekend. Obviously, it's going to be at the Sphere in Las Vegas, which is a huge deal. He's talking about this being a huge card, and now we know that it's going to be a pay-per-view. So today, you know what I had to do. The best matchmaker on YouTube. I'm however many fucking months in advance. I'm going to be building this card and saving Dana White once again. So let's jump into this. I've got a main card and I've got some prelims that I think people are going to want to see. I'm not doing the full card because personally, I don't give that much of a fuck, dude. All right, let's jump straight into this. I'm going to do the main card first, then I'll talk about some prelims. And because of the theme of the card, I've decided to open it up with... Listen, guys, seriously, dude, listen, man. I think the fight's going to take place in the Sphere, dude. I think the Sphere is going to be a circle, guys. Seriously, man. A lot of people are talking about Henry Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz, too. I think that's a really dumb matchup. They already fought. I don't care about seeing them fight again. Like, do you actually want to... Oh, I wonder who's really going to win. 40-year-old Cruz or 40-year-old Cejudo? Like, I don't give a fuck, personally. So, I would rather see Cejudo fight Moreno, like he was talking about, or... Realistically speaking, I don't think Moreno is going to take that. I think at bantamweight, it should be Henry Cejudo versus Rob Font. Because if you can't beat Rob Font, bro, you're cooked. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but if you're actually trying to get back to the belt, you're talking about, man, I can't hang it up, dude. I can't hang it up, man. I gotta be a man of my word, dude. I can't hang it up, dude. You gotta fucking be able to beat Rob Font if you're talking about taking out Sean O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about taking out Merab in a rematch. So... let's see Henry Cejudo versus Rob Font opening up the main card. I think either Cejudo KOs him or Rob Font KOs Cejudo. So this is a pretty exciting matchup to open up the card, in my opinion. High stakes. Cejudo's got that Mexican kind of, you know, heritage, but he also kind of hates on Mexico. So they probably want to see him get knocked the fuck out. I think this is a pretty exciting way to open up the card. Other options, wouldn't be mad at Yair Rodriguez versus Arnold Allen. That'd be a cool fight. Or Yair versus Barboza. I wouldn't be mad at that, but I've decided to go with Cejudo versus Rob Font. Let's move on to the featherweight division, the second fight on the card. One reason why I didn't really put Yair on this card is because I've got... The fuck is that? There's just a car chase going on outside. Anyways, dude, the second fight on the card. I want to get some fucking high stakes matchmaking Okay, I think the car chase is over. So, second fight on the card. I want to see some high stakes featherweight action because it will make sense with the main event. I want to see Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Winner of this is getting a title shot against Ilia Topuria. I think this makes a lot of sense. Evloev doesn't really have a definitive win that you go, yeah, this is why he deserves a title shot. Aljamain Sterling, I think he's going to beat Calvin Kattar. I don't think that's enough to get a title shot beating Calvin Kattar in all due respect. So I think Evloev, Aljamain, both are going to be ranked probably top 5, top 6. The winner of this will definitely get a title shot. And I think this will build that up because they will call him out. They'll be at the Sphere. All the fans that are there to see Ilia Topuria in the main event, spoilers, will be able to see the next contender for the belt. So I think Evloev and Aljo is a fun matchup as well. Like, I do think that the scrambles would be absolutely fucking insane. I think Evloev's better on the feet, but Aljo's quite a big featherweight now. And yeah, I think the scrambles would be the best part of this, dude. And dude, if Aljo loses this and Ortega gets 50-45'd by Ilia Topuria, which is probably going to happen, Aljo versus Ortega, let's fucking go, dude. So I have thought this through. I want to see Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling as the second fight on the card. We move on to the featured fight of the card. You need a big name on this card because Ilia Topuria is going to be on the card. We've got some decent matchups like Evloev versus Aljo, Henry Cejudo. That's a big superstar right there. I mean, he's a complete genius, YouTube sensation as well, just like Aljo. Huge YouTube star right there. Featured fight. There is one man that's talking about fighting on this card, and I'm going to give him a big fight.
Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna fight fucking Kevin Holland. That's what's up. Yeah, fuck that.
I feel like Kevin Holland versus Nate Diaz next, regardless of if Kevin Holland beats MVP or loses to MVP, would be an exciting matchup. I was thinking of doing Gilbert Burns versus Nate Diaz, but I think that's a bit of a stretch to kind of make. I was thinking maybe Vicente Luque versus Nate Diaz, but I ultimately decided on the press conference would be completely fucking hyped up. by Kevin Holland, Nate Diaz. They'd probably get in a scuffle or they'd do some cool shit together. Either way, I think this is the people's main event, to be honest. If Nate Diaz is serious about coming back, I don't think he'll get McGregor because they're going to headline this with like Alexa Grasso, Ilia Topuria, right? Maybe Yair Rodriguez will be in a big fight. So you're not going to get a headlining kind of fight if you're Nate Diaz. And for that reason, let's put together a fun featured bout. Kevin Holland, Nate Diaz. Maybe do a 5-rounder. Doesn't have to be 5 rounds, but this is a huge fight. And like I said, I think it's the people's main event. So let's move on. I got the co-main event right here. And again, it kind of has to be done, dude. We have to put... Now, guys, calm down. Okay, all right. I'm seeing all the feet comments right now. Calm the fuck down. Okay, dude. She's just a person, okay, guys? Chill out. All right, she's a PNG on the screen. All right, she's not real in this video. But listen, guys, Alexa Grasso is going to be on this card. The sky is blue. You know, water is wet. Fire burn. And Alexa Grasso is going to be on this fucking Noche pay-per-view. It is what it is, dude. Like, we just got to accept that. So, co-main event, I think either way, if it's Fiorot or it's Blanchfield, you know, Blanchfield's kind of a baddie. Blanchfield, Grasso, that's going to be the perfect co-main event to this card. If it's the headliner, UFC is absolutely fucking cooked, bro. Dude, if this gets headlined by Alexa Grasso, Dana, you're cooked. Dana, you're cooked like a taco. Trust. All right, dude. He's absolutely fucked if Alexa Grasso main events this, but I think co-main event, that's a good fight, dude. All right. Last fight on the main card, main event. You know, I had to do the rebirth. I had to break my beak. I had to cheat on my girl. I had to train with the Gracies, you know, and I had to rebirth. I had to come back, you know, because the Eagle gets 3 title shots in his life. You know, it's time for me to get my 3rd title shot. Brian the Eagle Ortega, give him his fucking title shot. I know there are people that are mad about this. I know you're mad. But listen, dude, he finished Yair Rodriguez. That is the guy that just fought Volk for the belt. That's a pretty big win compared to Evloev split decisioning Arnold Allen. So I really think Brian Ortega is really the only option here, unless Max Holloway is unscathed against Justin Gaethje. Then, okay, do Max Holloway versus Ilya at the Sphere. That'd be a kind of a sick fight. But I think Brian Ortega makes a little bit more sense because you kind of want Ilya to win at this card. And I think Ilia Topuria destroys Brian Ortega, dude. Brian Ortega's got some like Mexican heritage as well, so it does kind of make sense to put him here in the main event. Either way, I think if you get Ilya versus Max or Ilya versus Ortega, which feels more likely to me for some reason, that'd be a banger main event on top of the other fights that we got, especially with Nate Diaz on the card, dude. Dude, if you get Nate Diaz, Kevin Holland on this card, you're fucking set, dude. So this is my main card for the UFC like Independence Day card. Now here's some prelims that I really want to see. Obviously, there is one man that you guys know I'm putting on this fucking card, dude. It doesn't matter if he gets flatline KO'd in his next fight. He will be on my card builders when Mexico is involved. I'm putting Anthony Hernandez versus, what's this dude's name? Roman Dolidze, bro. Hernandez versus Dolidze. Now, this didn't go on the main card. I know you might be thinking, why is this not on the main card? I'm not putting this on the main card because Dolidze is going to stink it up, dude. Dolidze is fucking so boring, dude. I'm glad that he's having kind of this downfall right now. I know I didn't put him in my praying on downfalls video, but he's one of these fighters I dislike for no particular reason. Something about looking at this dude makes me mad, bro. I'm not going to lie. Something about the way this guy looks pisses me off. So I'm going to feed him to my boy Anthony Hernandez. Hernandez is going to get a W in front of the giant Sphere crowd. And I think this is a perfect prelim headliner for a UFC Noche pay-per-view. Maybe Irene Aldana, you put her on there against Kayla Harrison if she beats Holly Holm. That could be a good featured prelim. Let's be real, UFC would put that as the fucking co-main event, but if I was doing it, I'd put it as a prelim. Either do that as the headlining prelim or you do Dolidze versus Hernandez. That's a banger fight. Let's talk about another prelim I want to see. There was a man that stood out, that had kind of a breakout performance, if you want to say that, on UFC Mexico. Break out like a prison, trust. Manuel Torres. This guy had a very good performance. I think if he gets 2 more wins, maybe very quick finishes, he'll be ready for a September pay-per-view fight against a ranked opponent in Drew Dober. I think that is a pretty fair jump in competition, especially the UFC. You know they're going to want to shoot this guy up the rankings, dude. You know they're going to throw this guy up the fucking rankings if he's like even slightly good. Like if he beats another guy really easily, they're going to give him a ranked opponent, dude. So that is the second prelim that I want to see. Let me talk about one more guy on this card because You know who UFC is gonna put on the card, dude. They're gonna call up their boy. They're gonna get him off fucking Fortnite Season 12, and they're gonna say, bro, we need you on this card, dude. And you know what he's gonna say? He's gonna pick up the phone and he's gonna go,
dude, he probably did a better job at winning Ultimate Fighter than being a fight. So realistically,
Raul Rosas Jr., Brad Katona. This is a pretty solid matchup in my opinion, because if Raul Rosas Jr. beats Brad Katona, he is joining elite competition like Marab, right? So this is a pretty solid test for him. You also have Brad Katona with the banner of two-time Tough winner. It's a pretty legit banner to have compared to Ricky Tercios, who's the weird guy who won Tough and fights like fucking losing streak Tony Ferguson. Like, I don't know what it is about Ricky Tercios. I'm sorry, I just got to talk about this because I didn't make a prediction video. Dude, Ricky Tercios moves around like losing streak Tony Ferguson, but he's not old. I don't understand how he fights the way he does. I'm dead serious, bro. So I think Brad Katona, let's just move on from the Tercios matchup. Maybe he fights him soon, and then in September, Ricky Tercios can be doing whatever the fuck he wants. Brad Katona, Raul Rosas Jr. I think this is a solid test for Raul Rosas Jr.'s grappling, because Brad Katona is primarily a wrestler. We could see him get another crazy knockout at this rate with a guy that's kind of small, easy to hit. I think this is a pretty good matchup to put on this UFC pay-per-view with the Mexican theme. Raul Rosas Jr. obviously going to be on that card, but these are the fights that I want to see at the Sphere at UFC 306. Let me know what you guys think of these matchups down below. Let me know what fights you want to see at the Sphere. Who do you think is going to headline it? Do you think Ortega's getting a title shot or not? And yeah, if you're enjoying the videos, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. 20k subs. I'm going to do the impressions tier list, so make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow me on Instagram at Bedtime MMA. I will see you with a tier list tomorrow. Goodbye.